children, cats and kittens, boys and girls. I am Carmenor, and I hope all is war and well in your world. I'm here to entertain, maybe make you laugh, perhaps a smile or two. But if you'd rather go watch someone else, then I can't blame you.
Ladies and gentlemen, cats and kittens, boys and girls, I'm Carbonor. Welcome to my channel. I hope all is warm and well in your world today. Things are going good here. Well, things are going good, but they're a little hectic because I'm realizing that I'm running out of time for season 2 of CTW, so I'm working really hard on it because I'm trying to make as many outfits as I can for the characters. As many, I'm finding shit and cutting, pasting, and fucking editing and doing all kinds of crap and it's just a lot of work. Again, I said before, if you've ever done it, it's there's something wrong with I think with the people who take a WWE game and instead of playing the WWE game, they use the WWE game to create their own game. And it's so I'm doing a whole lot. I'm writing music, creating stuff with AI music makers, which, by the way, The Circle released their first album a few days ago. You should go check that out. You should totally go check that out. The Circle is 4 of the female wrestlers from CTW, Simulated Wrestling Federation. They are also a metal band. The lead guitarist has never made an appearance. They couldn't convince her to do it, to wrestle, till just recently. It just wasn't her thing, but they convinced her finally, and she kind of found during the training that she sort of liked it. So she was like, "Yeah, all right, I'll do this with you guys." So now all 4 of them will be in the Federation, starting in season 2. That is Yvette Raynette is who I'm talking about, the lead guitarist. The lead singer and bass player is Winters Lane. She is the current and preeminent ever women's champion. She is virtually unstoppable at the moment. She has the most title defenses, women's world championship title defenses of anybody ever, and she has the most title defenses, period, of anybody, male or female, in the CTW. So she's pretty big shit. And she's been a bass player for a long time. And I created this a long time ago. I said that was what she was. See, Winters Lane was the was the first female character that I made when you could start making women in the wrestling games, in the WWE wrestling games. It wasn't until like the 3rd, maybe 4th SmackDown game where you could finally start making females. And she was one of the first ones. Well, no, she was the first one that I made. She was a valet for 2 of the first 4 character. Well, 5 maybe. Yeah, because I count. He was on SmackDown, so that would have been. They would have been 4 and 5. the Eliminators. At the time, they were called the Demon Slayers. Hunter and Assassin. That's the two characters. And she was, when she first appeared, she was their valet for a long time. For a long time. And she, they're very close still to this day, even though she is by no means a valet anymore. she is way past being somebody's valet now. Come back here a lot. But that's always been part of her story, is that she was also in a metal band. But as it is with wrestlers, it is hard for them to do anything but wrestle. Because they travel so much. So she would usually only spend a very limited amount of time in a band before they'd be like, "Look, you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to be here more often." And she'd be like, "I can't, but this is all I can do." And she would have to eventually, she'd either get kicked out or she'd leave. And then she met Rose Rolando. I fucked up on that. That lot, that's just a hard one to do, because there's a lot of shit keeping you from that lot. I mean, a lot of shit. So she met Rose Rolando, who was, played piano and rhythm and guitar. But she wasn't like, she's a better piano player than she is a guitar player. But they hit it off, and they would, meet up as often as she could. Winters would fly back, from the latest show, wrestling, show. And they'd jam as much as they could. They basically just became best friends, is what they became. Winters Lane and Rose the Rocker Rolando. I'm not in this one. Damn it. And then eventually, they hooked up with Olivia Burnstorm. And they hit it off, and she was just a badass fucking drummer. And they kind of formed a trio for a little bit. Did a few tours, because Rose and Olivia both were more than willing to travel with Winters so that they could play. When the wrestling show would go, CTW would go to a certain town, they would play, set up a bar, some rinky-dink little place that they could play after they were done with the show, after Winters was done with the show. And so eventually she convinced them, "Look, why don't you guys start doing this?" Because Rose is kind of not into bodybuilding or anything like that by any stretch of the imagination, and she's not really a fitness freak, but she's athletic. And Olivia is just kind of usually that sounds like fun, let's do it. She's that kind of girl. So they started wrestling, and they found Iveta not long after that to be their guitarist. And she just fit right in with the group. She's kind of got violent tendencies like they do, but she just wasn't just really wrestling was kind of, it wasn't her thing really. She didn't disrespect it or anything, it wasn't her thing. And finally they have convinced her. Come on. So she's been training for the last year as they've been working on the album that they just released. It is on this very channel. It is called Ideation. 12 songs. I think think you'll like them if you're into hard rock, metal, kind of experimental, just, you know, kind of music. I think you'll like it. It's got a hard, dark edge to it. Out of character here for a minute. These songs are songs that I wrote back in the days when I was a singer-songwriter. And I was actually kicked out of a band once who absolutely, they loved everything about me. It was like I guess you would call it kind of like a college rock sort of indie type style of band, right? And they, fuck you. And they, like I said, from the minute I met them, and we started jamming, and they showed me their songs, and they said, okay, let's try them out. They were just like, we love the way you sing these songs. We love your cadence. We love the way you put the phrases together and shit. And I was like, all right, that's awesome. So it was a guitarist and a bass player. That's who we had. So it was me, the singer, guitarist, and bass player. And finally, we got a drummer, and it came time for us to start playing. You know, well, the two who formed it, the bass player and the guitarist, were like, okay, we got to start working on original stuff now. And I was like, okay, awesome, great. I've got a fucking volume of songs written. Because I've always been kind of artistic, poetic, kind of. I know you're hearing this fucking voice, this redneck fucking voice coming out of this of your speakers, and you're like, there's no way this dude is an artistic type person. But I assure you, the southern accent aside, I am a fairly intelligent, thoughtful, imaginative human being. I know you hear this voice. It's like hearing a deep Italian New York accent. You're like, I don't want to take this guy seriously. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I totally get it. I don't sound like this in my head. I'm just saying. And my voice when I sing doesn't sound like this. I don't sound all twangy, like I should be on a country station or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it came time to write stuff. I was like, okay, here's my volumes of songs, and I went outside to smoke a cigarette while they were kind of chilling and checking out my lyrics. And after about after about 30 minutes, they came out and they were like, yeah, we don't think this is gonna work. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? They were like, you're too dark for us. And I was like, oh. Well, I don't guess there's much I can do about that, I guess. And so I was kicked out of a band for being too dark. So these songs that I have written are very edgy. I have songs about sewer slide. There's, songs about from the love, sort of supposed to be love songs from the viewpoint of the stalker. Because I'm inclined to darkness. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I'm not dangerous though. Trust me, I'm not dangerous. Just cause there's shit in my brain that not everybody experiences is not my fault. I should explain that. Okay. As I've said before, Fall Guys and Fortnite, what are they for? They're for getting fucking deep. So let's get deep. So there's everybody, I'm sure you're familiar with this show, Through the Wormhole with Morgan Freeman, right? It's one of those shows all about the mysteries of the universe. Do aliens exist? Will robots take us over? All that kind of shit. Are ghosts real? Blah, blah, blah. And, each segment of the show between, each set of commercials was a different example or kind of question, about the overall theme of the episode, right? Well, on this one particular episode, that was basically, is evil real? You know what I'm saying? Is evil real? Is that a thing? Are some people, some things, just fucking evil? Right? A fascinating topic on its own. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it depends. I mean, I'll tell you right now. Yes, evil. I believe wholeheartedly that evil exists. Some people are just soulless fucking monsters. They put up a nice fucking face and a nice facade, but down deep, they are just fucking evil. Now, saying that, here we go. This one section of the show, it was a neuroscientist. I'm not sure exactly what his title was, right? But he studied the brain. That was his thing. He studied the brain. And these researchers came to him with just a big stack of brain scans. And they were like, we want you to take these brain scans and see if there's some way that you can separate them into two distinct categories. And he was like, oh, yeah, okay, I'll do it. So he did it, right? So he did it. He split them. He found that there was, some of them had activity in a certain portion of their brain, and some of them did not. So he separated them, and they came back, and he was like, yeah, here's my results. I was able to do it. There's, this group over here has this in their brain, and this group doesn't. He was like, and they were like, oh, that's very interesting, because all of those people with the activity in their brain, and I may be wrong, I'm fairly certain it is the activity and not the lack of the activity. I can't, sometimes I fail to remember if that's the way it was, but at any rate, it was two different categories, one with and one without. And they were like, it's very interesting, that group with the activity in their brain, in that one area that the other group doesn't have, are all serial killers and murderers. And he was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. So just for shits and giggles, he decides to run a brain scan on himself. Just like I said, just for shits and giggles. That's essentially how he said it. It was just and it turned out he had that activity in his brain. And he was like, huh. So he goes to his family. He explains it all to them, what he was doing, why he was doing it, and, the results that he got. And so they weren't shocked. They weren't surprised. And he was like, you don't seem, this doesn't seem to bother you or anything. And they were like, well, you were always an asshole, but we just figured that's who you were, and you never hurt anybody, so, And I was like, when I saw that episode, I was like, Jesus Christ, that's me. I was like, holy shit, that's fucking me. So in this case, he had the brain chemistry of a serial killer. But because he had such a loving and caring and supportive family, you see, it didn't take effect. The nurture overcame the nature. But because of the chemistry, he was an outrageous asshole. Ladies and gentlemen, that is me. I do not have to have a brain scan to know without a shadow of a doubt that I have the brain chemistry of a serial killer. Not a shadow of a doubt do I have. Now, I'm not dangerous. I'm not gonna hurt you. I will be completely respectful and polite and kind. I fucking love animals. I have fucking 8 cats right now that I adore. I fucking, well, and that's probably part of my problem, is that I empathize and identify more with animals than I do with people. You know, like, so, I mean, I don't, don't think I'm crazy or anything like that, because I'm certainly not. And I'm not necessarily saying this to be boastful. It's really just, if you listen to the lyrics of those songs and you see the rest of them that I have written, it is not shocking what I just said. Is what I'm saying. Like I said, I was kicked out of a band once, for a rock band, for being too dark. So, but it has been an absolute thrill partially because the way those songs are in my head, and the way I performed them with each of the bands that I was with in my younger days. It was grungy, so it was more to the time. It was more, kind of southern rocky fucking grunge, because that was my thing. Like, even to this day, if you were to ask me if you could imagine what a perfect type of music, what would that be? And I would be like, easy, the blues and power metal. You mash those two together and you've got the perfect fucking music. That's the way I feel. That's, maybe with a dash of thrash metal, maybe a dash of, I can't think of, what is the style of in this moment? It's something core. Is it grindcore? Something like that. Maybe a dash of that. But that's my perfect type of music. So, but I was always of the mindset of, and that's the base of the type of music, right? That's the foundation of my musical taste. But at the same time, I wanted to be in a band where if we wrote a country song, oh my God, what the? Oh, that was impressive right there. You gotta admit, that was fucking impressive. That was impressive. I crossed that line in fucking style. You cannot deny. But so as I've gotten older, my tastes in music have gotten considerably harder. Like, as I've joked before that by the time I'm fucking 80, I'll be listening to just like industrial machinery being run through a fucking blender or something, and somebody just screaming random words in the background will probably be my stop of music at the rate I'm going. So it's been very fun to listen to those songs in a more modern and much harder version, and by making it, and this just all happened out of happenstance. I did not intend to make a female, essentially my own version a female version of Deathclock from Metalocalypse. But that's kind of what I've ended up doing, is I've made a pretend metal band that I'm going to write my actual own songs and put them out to the world with the face of this pretend female metal band. That's basically what I'm doing. But because of the darkness and the rather I don't know a word to say. The word is not coming to me. But you know, with today's let's put it this way, with today's mindset on quote unquote toxic masculinity, which oddly enough the definition of tends to be basic just masculinity, not toxic in any way. It's just dudes being dudes. It would seem somebody would see it and say that there's something wrong with that guy. You know, we're just gonna put it that way. We're just gonna put it that way. But coming out of a female voice, it's not as bad. You know what I'm saying? It's not as bad. What am I doing here? Oh, this again. Okay. So that's what I'm doing. And it's good fucking music. It's good fucking music. I was absolutely one of those people who fucking cannot stand the idea of AI overtaking everything. But this Music Maker app has, you know, and I played around with some AI image makers and shit like that, making my own characters and stuff like that, and I, you know, and I used like some of my wrestlers, my female wrestlers, I was like making like posters of them and shit like that, or trying to make posters, because in the game you can also bring in your own you know, like in the fighter select screen image, you know what I'm saying? Instead of having the computer generated version, you can upload your own images of your own character, you know what I'm saying? And with a little cutting and pasting, you can have it'll look just like it's one of the pictures of the WWE wrestlers. So I was fucking around with that shit because those are basically avatar makers. So, you know, you use them for wherever you can have an avatar for yourself. Facebook, Instagram, whatever, you know. Those little circle pictures, that's what I'm talking about. And fucking shit. But this Music Maker app, I've absolutely fucking fallen in love with it, because because it's different than the way it was in my head. It's almost, I can trick myself into it's a real band when I listen to it, because I listen to my own shit. Okay, I don't know if you want to call that narcissistic. You can call that narcissistic if you want to. I don't give a fuck, because I like good music, and you know, there are some I have to edit sometimes my lyrics because the style that I wrote most of them in was kind of a southern rocky grunge style, like I mentioned. There was more room to do shit with my vocals and to fit more words in, essentially. But with this Music Maker app, as good as it is, the one drawback to it, because it's the best Music Maker app I've found so fucking far, because it sounds fucking real. The voices sound real. The fucking instruments sound separate and distinct. It's called Udio. U-D-I-O. It has a lot of, you can put in your prompts for the style, for the mood, the genre, instruments. Then you can put in you can do, it's got a custom thing to where you can just basically give them you could give them an idea and they'll create lyrics off of that. Or there's a custom section that allows you to put in your own lyrics that it will use. So because of the way that the lyrics are in my head, AI sometimes is like, I don't know what to do about this. Because also one of the bands that I worked with, which was just me and another guy, it was essentially a studio project. He was basically just like, I'll provide the shit, you just provide the lyrics and the voice. And I was like, that sounds like an awesome plan. So it was basically, I was in charge of it in a lot of ways. And he was a music major. So he had like an amateur setup, an amateur studio in his bedroom. I mean, he had a cakewalk program with fucking goddamn every add-on that you could fucking imagine. I mean, it was insane what he was able to do, just, you know, sitting at his desk at his house. So one day he told me, because what I would do is I would come to him, you know, on one of our jam days, and when we weren't recording anything, we were just gonna be, you know, working on something new. And I would come. Oh, fuck you! I would come to him with my lyrics, and I would essentially sing like one verse over and over again until he got a good guitar line down for that, a good riff. And then I would do the same thing with like the bridge or the chorus, and we would build it like that off of my oh shit, I just earned a trophy. One giant leap. It's silver. I don't know what it's for. And we would build it like that off of my fucking, what's the fucking word? Melody. Thank you, melody. And he told me one day, he was like, you know, you have an amazing tendency to write offbeat songs. And I was like, I don't know what that means. Because, see, he was a music major. He had all this knowledge, and I just know what sounds good. I can't read music. I can't play an instrument. I just know what sounds good. And so I think that was one of the things that he enjoyed about working with me, is because he would say, you can't do this, and I would say, why not? Why can't we do that? It's our song. Why can't we do that? So he would have to figure out a way to write, you know, music for these oddbeat songs that I kept bringing him. And Allison, if you want to know what offbeat songs, oddbeat, I can't remember which one he said it was, but if you want to know what that is, Alice in Chains and Soundgarden wrote a lot of offbeat songs. Instead of the 4/4 progression that most songs have, it was a 3/4 kind of thing. So it's weird. And I was like, I'm sorry that I do that. And he was like, no, it's fine. It's just, you know, it makes it more complicated. And I was like, well, all right. Then what's the deal? And he, you know, then what's the problem? So AI, I think, has a problem with some of the lyrics that I write and trying to fit them, because sometimes it'll get it like the first fucking try. It'll, you know, the first maybe 2 or 3 tries, I'll be like, bam, that's it. That's exactly what I want. And then sometimes, like the latest one that I did, it takes like 20 or more tries, because, and I'll be sitting there listening to it after it's done processing, you know, crossing my fingers going, oh, this sounds good. Please make it to the end. Please make it to the end. And then like on the last line of the last verse, it just goes into jibber jabber. And I'm like, God fucking damn it. And I have to fucking start all over. So you know, but it's very cool. It's very cool hearing my songs take on life other than just like a garage band sound. You know? But so yeah, check that out. I'm gonna push that as much as I can. I think I'm even gonna make some shorts off of it to try to get some shit going for it, because I really like it, and I've already got oh wow, okay. I didn't really do anything, but okay. I've already got most of the second album working. I'm telling you, because I have like a volume of lyrics. I shit you not. I have a lot of songs written. A lot of songs. Excuse me. I burped. I ate some egg rolls and they're being angry at me. Oh no, I'm dead. Yep. I thought there was another layer underneath. And it was only as I was jumping and saw the big empty space under me that I was like, oh, there's nothing under me. You go, ghost. I wish you luck. I'm moving on. I'm walking away with my head hung low. Did I just win something? No. Fine. But yeah. So that's the story about what's going on with the circle. Why are they called the circle? I don't know. They just are. Some could say it's got something to do with, you know, they call a wrestling ring the squared circle. Some could say they're a circle of friends. You know, maybe you want to get deep and meaningful circle of life. An eternal loop. Forever and ever. You know, it all depends. See, that's another thing though. As dark as my shit deals a lot with. There's a lot of biblical references and, you know what I'm saying, religious references and demonic references, and sometimes there's, you know, talk about doing bad things. That's just what I look at it. You know, it's like you can't really say anything, because like it's like this. When you look at somebody that makes a fucking horror movie or writes a horror movie, and you're like, God damn, you envisioned that? I mean, it's, you know, and nobody fucking bats an eye at them or calls them fucking freaks. But if you write a fucking song a love song from the viewpoint of a fucking stalker. Oh my God, you're fucking, something needs to be done with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's my fear. Is it? It never used to be my fear because it was just edgy shit. You know, you could be edgy and people didn't think you were sick and didn't, you know, wouldn't fucking try to cancel your fucking ass. Because that's what rock and roll was fucking for. It was supposed to piss people off. That's the whole point of fucking rock music. Are you hearing me, D. Snyder? Are you hearing me, all you little pussies out there that want to cry and whine about your fucking feelings when you're fucking singing goddamn metal music? You fucking pussies. I get it. You were the outcast, so you know how it feels. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Quit double jumping. Stop it. Stop it. Now do it. Look at that. How much goddamn better that works when you do it that way. It's fucking crazy how much better that works. Grab hold. We're almost there, dude. Don't lose it now. You know? It's D. Snyder. Motherfucking D. Snyder. One of the first people calling for goddamn canceling people and putting them off fucking the internet and everything else. Talking about certain supporters of certain fucking presidential candidates and how they should be silenced and shit. Talking about how COVID fucking people who didn't mask up need to be fucking blah 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 blah. It's like, dude, go fuck every inch of yourself. You were one of the motherfuckers sitting there in the goddamn fucking congressional hearing when the fucking, they were coming down on the fucking metal music, coming down on 2 Live Crew, coming down on fucking Twisted Sister, coming down on every goddamn fucking hard metal band at that fucking goddamn time because of fucking bullshit. You were one of the people fucking standing there, free speech, free speech, free speech. You have changed your motherfucking tune. All you motherfuckers out there, all you fucking hairband metal dudes that are in your goddamn 60s, fucking and 70s, and still thinking you're fucking hard and going out there and fucking putting to shame your fucking history by pretending to perform the stuff that you used to do. Fuck you. Fuck all you pussy ass bitches. You are a goddamn disgrace to who you used to fucking be. Fuck the system, and now you let the system fuck you. They don't have to force it either. You fucking just bend over and let it fucking happen. Fuck all you bitches. Fuck all you bitches. Fucking Rage Against the Machine. Yeah, my ass you are. You're sucking the machine's fucking cock. Loving every fucking gobble. See what I'm saying about Fall Guys and Fortnite's episodes? This is where it's at. This is where it's at. It's fucking crazy. And I'm just rolling with it. I'm just like, this is gonna be where I am the most unfiltered me. Is gonna be the Fall Guys and Fortnite episodes. Cause why the fuck not? Just cut loose on this shit. Cause nobody's watching them. So I don't give a fuck. Occasionally I get some, 2 or 3 views on this or a Fortnite episode, but literally, compared to everything else, it's like nobody's fucking watching this. Now, I'm not saying the rest of them get a whole lot of views at all, but yeah, nobody's watching these, and I don't give a shit. I'm gonna keep playing them because I like playing them. These are fun little games, and it's it's fun little shit, and it's a gateway drug. Somebody out there might be, ooh, Fortnite, thinking it's all, and then they get me. Hello. I'm Carbonor. I'm a very angry, opinionated man who is getting older and older, and one of the fortunate things about getting older and older is that once you get to a point, you don't have to give a fuck what anybody thinks about what you say anymore. You don't have to give a fuck. I'm getting there early. Just a little bit early. Addiction is another one of the things that I sing a lot about. Because I'm a smoker, and I smoke weed. I'm not gonna lie. I smoke weed. I smoke cigarettes. I don't like drinking. I will social drink on a rare occasion. Very rare occasion. It is not often at all. What do I do? Yep, I guess I just fall off because I was yeah. And in my younger days, I have eaten my fair share of acid, LSD, otherwise known. I mean, and a few other people's fair shares probably. There were like days where we would just trip for like 2 or 3 days straight. Just, we would trip, we would like crash, and then we'd wake up the next day and be like, well, want to eat some more acid? Yeah, fuck it. And one of the things with acid is that if you do it immediately, at least this is the theory. I don't know if this is true, but every drug has its fucking theories, has its fucking tall tales and fucking, urban legends and shit. Like with acid, everybody knows the fucking story, at least when I was a kid, of that one dude in the mental institution who ate too much acid and thinks he's a fucking carton of orange juice. Everybody knew that one when I. But yeah, I've eaten a lot of acid. It changes you. It changes you a lot because it lets you see things that you didn't see before. You make connections. You're able to make connections. At least with me. I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm a pretty intelligent human being. I'm fairly with it. I may not have the most massive vocabulary. I'm certainly not eloquent. I'm quite rude and crude, but you dismiss my intelligence at your own peril. 'Cause I want you to. I know what I look like. You know what I'm saying? I know the perception when people see me, what they immediately think. And I like that. Go ahead. You think less of me. The whole time that I am picking you the fuck apart in my brain and figuring out how to dismantle you mentally, you go right the fuck ahead. So, yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. Yes! Acid changes you. So I do have a lot of songs. See, I go on tangents. This is my biggest problem. Is that there's no structure to my shit sometimes. I'm very I'm stream of consciousness is basically what it is. That's the way my lyrics are a lot of times too. They don't necessarily tell a story from one point to the next. I prefer music that doesn't always tell you the story from step to step. You know what I'm saying? I like sometimes putting my own interpretation on something, or putting my own, like, I hate it. I fucking hate it when a musician or a band or something says, "This is what I meant by this song." I don't want to know what the fuck you meant by that song. I don't care. That's not important. I don't need to know your viewpoint on your fucking song. I will put my own emotions, memories, and history onto your song. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. But no, thank you. Like, that's one of the problems that I have a lot of times with country music, is that it's too just fucking, here's the story. Fucking singing about watermelon festivals and fucking red Solo cups and fucking just, it's just goddamn hokey fucking podunk bullshit. I want shit that lights a fire inside, or stokes it if you already have one. Whoa, that was weird. I thought we were hitting warp speed there. Am I out? I can't move. I can't move. Well, okay. I don't know what the hell's happening here, but I genuinely do not know what has occurred. But clearly that warp speed screen had something on it. Somebody put a spell on me. I can't. It won't let me. I want to. So I just stand here and do this to keep from. Oh, I hit the X twice. Shit. What has happened? Now I've got a black screen. Shit went all wrong there. Did I lose connection? No? My laptop's still on. Well, what the fucking fuck? Hang on a second. I'm gonna take this opportunity to check my time, because this is on. I'm playing on the PlayStation 4. It doesn't pop up and tell me how close I am to an hour. So hold on. Well, I'm at about 53 minutes, so it's right at an hour. So I hate to end it on such a lackluster note. Damn, I got to fucking talking a lot in this one. Time went just flying by. Seriously though, check out Ideation by The Circle on this very channel. If you are into hard rock, hot, screaming metal chicks, you will fucking love it. I promise you, you will love it. Check it the fuck out. It's about a half hour, 12 songs. You won't regret it. You're thinking right now, oh, AI, it's going to be some stupid shit. And I know you've heard some of these other YouTubers. I know which music apps they're using, because I can tell by listening to it. I'm like, oh, you're using Saz, aren't you? Bleh. Because of how muddy and how fuzzy it is. Trust me, I know. Like, there's one guy. Sometimes I like watching his videos. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes he drives me insane. But Game Edged, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with him. God love him. I think he used Saz for his song on his closer and on his beginning, because it sounds so fucking muddled and fuzzy. It's like, oh, dude. Like, if you'll listen to the fucking listen to my intro song on every video I have, and listen to how clean. I'm not saying whether or not you like the style of music or you like the sound of the voice, but listen to how clean it is. It sounds like people. It sounds real. And that's Udio. Udio. If you're into music, if you into writing lyrics or poetry, and you would like to see how you can get what you can do, I highly recommend it. It says it's in the beta version. I don't necessarily know what that means. I signed up and I've got a subscription with it. That's how much I like it. It's $10, I think, a month. I think it's just $10 a month, and you get like a ridiculous amount of fucking credits for that. You're not gonna run out of them in a month. I promise you're not gonna run out of them in a month. I've been making the hell out of songs and having to redo them over and over, and I've not been anywhere near running out of credits. So it is well worth it. My only fear is that because it's in the beta version, they might do something or update it or something like that and fuck it up, like a lot of those other fucking AI fucking, particularly my two favorite fucking AI image makers, just shit the fucking bed, and one of them closed down and the other one is probably not long behind it, because every fucking review I see says 1 star, this fucking sucks now. So I don't know. But Udio, I'm telling you, can't go wrong with it. And let me just say thank you so much. If you made it this far through my fucking rambling and my talks of music and my talks of whether or not evil is real and whether or not I might be evil or not, all I gotta say about that is what a once great band said: "Am I evil? Yes, I fucking am." Anyway, thank you again for making it this far. If you have made it this far, man, if you sat through the shit that I just rattled out and you are unfazed, hit that goddamn fucking subscribe button. For fucking real. For fucking real. If you have watched this whole thing and you have made it to this point right now, what are you fucking waiting for? Seriously, just fucking hit that bell. You know, like, comment, subscribe, share, all those good things. Helps the channel. You know it does. Helps it grow, helps it flourish, puts me in front of the eyeballs that might be interested in my shit, and that's what I'm after. That's what I'm after. I have decided that I want to entertain you people. So, let me entertain you. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Also, I spoke a lot about some members of my wrestling federations, the Circle, you know. You can check them out in the CTW, Simulated Wrestling Federation. Consists of original characters I've been making for over 20 years in various wrestling games throughout the ages. The men's division is on Monday, and catch the Circle, the women's division, on Wednesday. And then I also have the WTF, which consists of some of my favorite female celebrities of various genres. That's on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and both will have at least one pay-per-view a month towards the end of the month, on a Sunday, as is the way. And then I also have several other game playthroughs. My output is slowing down right now because I'm working so hard on the season 2 of the CTW. So I'm trying to put out at least two a day. It might be more like one a day, because I'm telling you, I'm working hard. I'm doing a lot of shit. I probably put more on myself than I should have, and I probably waited too long to get to it. But this isn't my job. If it was my job, hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. And hey, check out Ideation by the Circle. Did I mention that? That they've released an album and it's on my channel, and it's bad fucking ass, and I think you'll like it if you give it a shot. Try it out. You never know. You might dig it. And yeah. I guess that just leaves me to say thank you once again for putting up with me and sitting through my shit. And all you people that watch Fortnite and Fall Guys episodes know this is where the real shit is. Until next time, later.